Back into it again. Third week. What, am I committed or something? God forbid. Jesus, me being committed. Come on, the ADHD queen being committed to something for 3 weeks in a row. I mean, yeah, it's a great part of that is that it only takes me one afternoon and very little editing to make this thing. So that's why I'm committed, because it's easy. Otherwise, I don't know if I would still be here, but I really want to do it. You know, that's not to say that what I'm doing I don't like. No, I really enjoy what I'm doing. It's just that I get distracted very easily because that's how my brain works. I have no memory. I have no focus. People are like, how can you remember your music? That's the neat part. I don't. The only things I remember out of my music are parts and lyrics and songs that I have recounted again and again, that I have repeated in a very short amount of time. Like during a few days, I've repeated the same song over and over. And that's how it has become like muscle memory, you know, at this point. And I don't remember anything. I just follow along with what my body has learned to do. Otherwise, I don't have memory. And I use that in cool tricks, like I can write a riff and then not hear it for like a month and then come back to it. And it's like I see it for the first time. I have forgotten all about it. I have forgotten how it goes. I approach it with a fresh view, with a fresh mind, you know? I don't remember a thing. Why am I talking about my ADD, ADHD? I don't know. I guess I'm trying to relate, you know? Do you feel the same way? Are you one of these people that just operate with Post-its all day long? You're like, I need to remember this, and you write it down because otherwise it'll be forgotten in 2 minutes' time. Because that's me. That's my reality every day in my work, at home, everything, in my personal relationships, anything I have to do, it has to be written down. It has to be visualized. It has to be visual. Otherwise, I forget all about it the second I do something else. And I do other things constantly. I shift between things, my focus between the things I'm doing all the time. In case you couldn't tell, I'm a bit hyper now. That's because I've already sang the song like 1.5 times. It's an important song. It's maybe the most important in terms of gravity, in terms of meaning, song of the album. I don't want to say a lot of things because I don't feel like I'm in the correct mindset and clarity to convey all the gravity of this song. So I want the song to do the talking once again. But I want to mention that this song is about the tragedy that happened in Greece 2 years ago, 2 years and 4 months ago. It's currently the June when I'm recording this, and it happened in February of 2023 in Tempe, where 2 trains were on the same track for 40 minutes, where they inevitably, ultimately crashed with each other head on. 57 people lost their lives in, I don't know, some minutes or hours' time, and many more were injured, and it was a national tragedy. And I approach it politically because we still, 2 years later, haven't figured out who was responsible, except for one lousy train station master, whatever it's called in English, who couldn't have all the responsibility, could he? Because there's a whole government behind him. So, you know, it's not enough. And we still haven't seen the justice from this whole thing. 57 people dead, and no one stands trial. And there have been attempts at it. And thank goodness that some parents of the victims have stood up and are championing this cause. And my heart goes to them because they're very, very brave. And the least I could do is write a song. Actually, I've written 2 songs about it. This is one of those. This is maybe the more poignant one and the more clear one. It's clear that it's talking about this. The other one is a more general song in its own way. Anyway, this is clear that it's talking about this, and it's talking about the whole nation's state. It's called Crash Course, and in parentheses, train of no. The whole phrase I used was train of no thought, a wordplay with train of thought, because there was no thought put behind those 2 trains. And the train tracks of the country in general, we still have issues unresolved. We still could mourn more dead people soon. And there's nothing being done about it. Anyway, I also wore this shirt, and let me say just 2 words. It's in Greek, and it says Anarchia στα τρία πουλάκια. That's the phrase here, which means anarchy in the 3 birds, because it actually, it's a reference. It references another Greek phrase, which is τρία πουλάκια κάθονται, which means 3 birds are sitting. And it's a phrase used when someone is talking nonsense, or is talking randomness, or is saying stuff that's irrelevant, at least. You can answer with this phrase, 3 birds are sitting. 3 birds were sitting, which means there's no, what you're saying doesn't make any sense and holds no water. In this sketch here, these 3 birds are not sitting, they're standing. Hence the phrase under it, anarchy in the 3 birds. It's a silly little phrase. It's not something very deep, but I liked it in the context of this song, mainly because it contains the word anarchy, and I love the concept of anarchy. We're going to talk about it at some point. It's a loaded subject. Just casually dropping it there. Low-key dropping some anarchy there. Yeah, anyway. And I just wanted to throw that out there. That's all. You're going to be listening to cats, of course. My 2 cats are currently ready to fight, I think. We may hear them in the song fighting. I don't know. You know what? I'm coming to accept that things will just happen, and that I can't control everything, and that these videos will not be perfect. They will just be. That's the concept, that these videos just are. And I'm doing my best to sing the songs at least, and give you just a glimpse of my brain and these 2 cats that are with me. Just this thing. Just that's what you're getting. I hope that's what you signed on for, because, yeah, that's what you're getting. Anyway. I don't think that cat's mine. No, both of my cats are here. This cat is an outside cat, a stray cat. Okay, let's get on with the song. So, are we ready? I think we're ready. Let's do this. And... country where no one belongs, on a crash course with systems enough for so long. Recognizing the power we carry is merely the very first step. Crush them, smash them, show them where all the people to be trifled with. Feeling a sack with shit will never make it gold. Using the useless doesn't make them useful. We're all in that you need. For a decades old system enraptured by greed, where the apples in charge puppeted by the mafia feed us a yellow hay. And we're still praying, praying, praying. 3 scores and more of sores and years. What are we saying? No God can save, no God to see what goes on over here. So get up there if you still can for your ear. 'Cause filling a sack with shit will never make it gold. Using the useless doesn't make them useful. We're running on this train of no thought. The privileged and the rare, they say that nowhere else is better. Those who run that nowhere. Picking up speed for the loss. Won't let us be with the wickedness. Each chase about another apocalyptic parade in the void. Fill your sack with shit. What you think of it? Crush them, smash them to the ground. Leave them nowhere to be found. And we're still praying, praying for this train not to derail. Why is it getting so hard to ride? Sorry, blew on the mic. Blew right on the mic. So that was a song. Let's take a minute. I'm not gonna take a minute, I'm gonna close the video, but after I close the video, please take a minute and just Google Tempe, Greece, 2023 and onwards. If you're still here, why don't you do me a favor and subscribe? And if you know anything about the situation, drop me a comment. I'm curious to see what people are saying out there. Thank you very, very much for watching. And I'll see you in the next video. Have a good day, good evening, and good night.